Hey, listen to Wrestling Roundup on FreeFM, ArrowFM, and MP. As always, I'm Grady, and live on Skype we got Josh.
Hey.
Things are heating up across all of the brands. We're starting to feel the backlash of WrestleMania. See what I did there? But the world title picture for SmackDown is starting to shift. You know, we thought maybe there'd be a little something happening there, and Cesaro is trying to make himself that something.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins doesn't seem to want to let go of Cesaro. So, who knows?
I don't want to repeat WrestleMania and say triple threat, but it might be a case of Cesaro having one more match at Backlash before he actually moves into challenging for the blue belt.
Nah, I get it. I think I know what they're going to do.
Okay.
Cesaro has to wrestle 2 matches at Backlash.
Okay.
He has to wrestle against Seth Rollins. Winner faces the champion later on in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Cesaro wins against Seth, and then gives a good old college try against our dominant head of the table.
Yeah. To be fair, I think even with a good old college try fresh, Cesaro would struggle to defeat Roman Reigns, but it definitely protects him and gives him another out of the fact that he already had to go through Seth Rollins to get to Roman Reigns, and that's 2 of your best talents there, so you look pretty good in the process.
Yeah, I really think the Money in the Bank is really setting up for Big E this year. But if anybody else was to get it, I could definitely see Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
It's less likely, in my opinion, but simply because Big E comes with personality packed in. Unfortunately for Cesaro, he doesn't have as much. And that's his true downside.
Yeah, and if he's already in this main event picture without the briefcase, then he doesn't necessarily need that win either. You know, if he's already going to be getting his Universal title shot, we'll have to see if there's any sort of shake-up or anything that happens along the way as well. Because, you know, Cesaro's doing all the stuff against Jey Uso. It seems as though Daniel Bryan and Edge have both fallen off the face of the earth for a little while. And so there's going to be some sort of combination of Cesaro, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns happening at Backlash. I have to imagine that's only 3 weeks away now, I think. 2 weeks of content away. No, I can't math because that's a Thursday, and I don't think the pay-per-view's on a Thursday. May 16th. 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks of content away. I'll get there eventually.
Oh, that's easy for me to know. It's a week after my birthday.
Nice. So 2 weeks away from Josh's birthday and 3 weeks away from Backlash. It'll be some combination of those 3 really going for that title. We just don't know how. You've got your theory. I've got nothing. We'll have to wait and see. But if we're gonna jump over to the other brand, and we're gonna instead look at Raw's big title, WWE Championship, I would mention the sort of retribution-y stuff happening. But the match is already booked for Backlash, and it's just a rematch of Lashley McIntyre.
Yeah, we just gotta blow the food off. I'm guessing we'll probably ramp up a stipulation in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I'm enjoying the new Hurt Business.
Hey, please, Mace and T-BAR are unaffiliated with the Hurt Business.
Yeah. So was the Shield with CM Punk.
Yeah.
Major quotation marks on that. Hey, even if they aren't fully invested, they're still involved with the storyline, and and they got them to get rid of those silly masks, which is an A+ for the storyline to begin with.
Yeah, I think D-Jack, I'm going to butcher his name every time I say it on the show. I've had lessons from someone who speaks Russian on how to say it, Dijakovic.
You got it right.
There we go. Looks great without his mask. Mace looked pretty cool with it, but if they're coming off, they're coming off. And it sort of lets them shed that retribution skin, I guess, and come out on their own, whether they change names or not. I don't quite know what the plan is just yet.
Yeah, we'll find out in time over that, but anything is better than what they had with the retribution angle.
The scary part here to me is that, Mace and T-Bar were locking it up with Drew McIntyre, and then Braun Strowman comes out, cool, whatever, and then we have our little tag team match, and that's when the masks come off and everything, but Drew's going to be busy with Lashley, which worries me that we're going to get Braun Strowman versus Mace and T-Bar with Braun Strowman going over. I can see that happening.
Yeah, I guess I could see it happening. I wouldn't be surprised. And I don't think it would be really that big of a deal either.
But my boy, you gonna just put my boy Dijakovic in the ground like that? Okay.
It's still better than when he was in Retribution.
Slapjack was awesome. I refuse to say otherwise. Okay. Guess I'll deal with it. And we'll jump over to the yellow brand and we'll just talk a little bit about the Cruiserweight division. Kushida managing to capture the Cruiserweight Championship last week, and then this week hosting an open challenge where he manages to take out Oni Lorcan. And then seemingly Santos Escobar is not finished with him.
No. We've at least we got a unification of the Cruiserweight Championship, so we don't have to worry about that hanging over us anymore. Santos got his moment because he basically carried the division since the whole situation with Devlin being stuck in the UK. Mm-hmm. And now we have Kushida getting a moment and getting a push beyond just losing to Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, Kushida's had a bit of a rough time, so it's a good thing for him to pick up the title and be able to move forward with it. And it seems like his next feud is a little bit locked in at the moment. I think it's already booked for next week, him and MSK up against Legado del Fantasma in a 6-man, which should be an amazing match. There's 6 great talents in there. And so, yeah, we should hopefully see a little bit more Kushida on the daily.
Yes. I think at the very least it elevates the title itself, because for the most part it had been an afterthought. And you have Kushida, who was challenging for the North American Championship, having great matches with most of the roster. I think this is something good for both the title and Kushida himself.
I think so. I think Kushida is able to put on amazing matches with everyone, and if they're going to be putting on this sort of open challenge thing, he did it a couple weeks, be cool. It would give us amazing matchups every week. He's just got to finish off Santos Escobar before he can truly be free from Legado del Fantasma and move on into his next whatever is sitting there for him. Let's talk about the big title for NXT, just because we got a little bit more time before the song as well. We know that Karrion Kross is holding the NXT Championship around his waist at the moment, and it seems as though Kyle O'Reilly, with a brand new attitude, is looking him up and down.
Yeah, and a very familiar look, which is all the internet could talk about was Kyle O'Reilly's look.
looks pretty important, but it's still Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly's awesome. And more than one people can wear a denim jacket.
It's not illegal.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited because I thought before the injury that Kyle O'Reilly was eventually going to face Karrion Kross for the title.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had the epic matches he had with Finn Balor. So I'm excited to see where they go with Kyle's character now that he's moved on from the Undisputed Era, and the potential matches that we could have with Karrion Kross.
Yeah, the Undisputed Era has, like, you know, Kyle O'Reilly is doing his own thing in his denim jacket, and we've got Adam Cole still nowhere to be seen at the moment. Bobby Fish still hurt, and Roderick Strong seemingly quitting. The Undisputed Era blew up more than, you know, anybody could have expected. When we're saying, you know, they're gonna implode, they're gonna explode, they've completely separated in every which way whatsoever.
I expected that. And speaking of potential explosions, it seems there might be something going on between Killian Dane and Drake Maverick that we may not want to see.
You just don't talk about it, and then it doesn't happen. That's how easy it is. Because at this point, it seems like Imperium's entire gimmick is that they show up to break up tag teams. They tried to break up Ciampa Thatcher. Now they're trying to break up Dane Maverick. What are they doing? They just show up and put tension in tag teams. Because we didn't see Thatcher eventually join them yet. And now the question is, will Dane join them?
Who knows? He is European, so it would work.
I think at the moment they're just sort of playing off this former sanity kind of thing. With Wolf, but I don't know what's going to be happening with Imperium. Their little promo package implied they want to expand. It could definitely be a case of, because we know Walter's not going to stay over on American soil all the time. It could be a case of they have a few of them that live in NXT UK and a few of them that live in NXT. And they're sort of a cross-brand faction representing the same sort of thing. Could definitely see that, in which case they need a few more members if they want to be pulling that one off. Will it be Dane? Will it be Thatcher? Right now, we don't quite know.
They might shock us that it be Drake Maverick, who is also European.
Look, I'm just gonna... It's not often. Usually we'll sit here and we'll say, we'll have to just wait and see what happens. I'm gonna sit here and say no. You know, I don't think I've said this a lot. You know, legitimately, usually it's maybe a joke because I don't want to see it, but just, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. Full stop. I would be very much shocked.
We've seen stranger things happen.
That is true. And now it is time. We're about halfway through the show, so we're going to be going into our entrance theme this week, and it is the brand new Cruiserweight Champion Kushida's theme. Hopefully he holds on to that belt for a little while, but regardless, we're going to play his song for you now. And you're pressing Roundup on FreeFM, ArrowFM, and NPR. I'm Grady, he's Josh, and now we've still got the world sitting in front of us. I'll scroll around the pages randomly to try and figure out where we're going to talk about. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm still on the NXT page. The Way, I just want to mention them. We don't have to stick with them. But The Way is still amazing. Every segment they're in, I'm laughing at, I'm enjoying. They are quite possibly my favorite act on NXT at the moment.
Yeah, which has made this third NXT North American title reign tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was so against it. But it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is, but the characters, A+. The title being on Johnny Gargano, D minus.
Yeah. Look, I'm not talking about the title. I'm just talking about the characters.
Yes. Yeah, A plus.
Whether it's Shotzi and Moon attacking Candice, whether it's Indy getting distracted by Loomis, whether it's Theory just being Theory at this point. It's all good fun to watch, and I'm thoroughly sports entertained. Where do we jump now? What do you want to talk about? I don't often ask. What do you want to talk about? Across all the brands or otherwise.
How about a 180 from our opinion last week on Matt Riddle?
Yeah, the man ain't falling down. He seems to be getting up.
Yeah, he beat a 13-time WWE champion in Randy Orton.
It's shocking. It seems as though, even if he's not going to be up there with Bobby and, top dog kind of spot, that they still want him somewhere in that upper mid card, proven that he can still go with the big boys. That's his place. And so I guess when they need him, they'll move him up, and when they don't, he'll just sort of float around here. Or, as the backstage segment alluded to, Riddle does want to form a tag team to be Team RK Bro.
Again, the old adage that we've been saying for 2 years now. They need bodies in the tag division, and it is WWE style to put single stars together that don't need to be in a tag team, but are in a tag team.
That's half the division at this point.
Yeah, so why not? Why not?
I guess maybe they can stretch it out if that is the route they're going to go with, but as soon as they are properly a tag team, I'd expect them to get the titles. And I don't know, who is the Raw Tag Team Champions? I have no idea, because they haven't shown up for 2 weeks after winning the title.
Yeah.
But I don't really expect Styles and Omos to lose them that quickly yet. So I'd struggle if Team RK Bro became a thing, just because they can't really take the titles off Styles and Omos. Or they can, because they just don't exist. They've disappeared into the ether.
Maybe. In the meantime, we could have them facing tag teams like, say, Elias and Jackson Ryder.
Yeah, that's like low on the totem pole level tag team.
Yeah, well, I was actually talking about the champions, but before we get to RK Bros.
Gotcha.
We
know we'll just get Styles and Omos versus the New Day 6 more times, okay? Our talent pool's not that deep in tag team division. We want them to look good, so we'll put them against the New Day.
Well, it kind of looks like Elias is currently feuding with the New Day. That's kind of why I just threw that out there.
Oh no. Yeah, there's definitely teams starting to form around here. SmackDown, if we're looking at their tag team division at the same time, have, as much as they've got more bodies in the tag team division, they're starting to get a little more stale in that they've kind of used every sort of combination they got at this point. The amount of tag team matches and 8-man tag team matches and everything they've got, like the Ziggler and Rude have beaten everybody, I'm pretty sure at this point. It's a bit harder on SmackDown. We're on Raw, Elias and Riker are pretty new to the tag team division. T-BAR and Mace had been doing nothing beforehand. If RK Bro happens, that's a brand new tag team. AJ Styles and Omos is a brand new tag team. So there's so many new fresh matchups that could be happening in the Raw tag team division versus the SmackDown tag team division, where we've just got the same sort of combinations of the Mysterios, Alpha Academy, Street Profits, and Ziggler and Rude, and I think I just missed one.
Yeah. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because last time I brought this up, you just moved on to the next topic.
Oh, no. I'm curious. I can always move on to the next topic again.
Yes, because you will. But I'd reforming a tag team of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and adding them to the division.
Look. Look. It's possible. You know, we had our don't touch rule. Has the statute of limitations been up on our don't touch rule? Clearly, they're fighting each other. I don't know. I'm willing to do stuff to save the tag team division now. I've gotten desperate. I'd rather not, but I've gotten desperate. Someone's got to beat Ziggler and Rude. Unless Jimmy Uso is going to be coming back, and they're just sort of keeping those titles warm for the Usos eventually reclaiming them. I don't know, what's the timeline on Jimmy? Seems like he's been out for a long time.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, it's definitely a case where something's got to break here. Something's got to change.
Jimmy suffered a knee injury at WrestleMania 36, so it's been a year. So yeah, we could definitely see something happening there. A year is a long time to recover. But those titles have to come off Ziggler and Rude. And I know I've been saying that from the start because I'm not a huge fan of them. But they've used up all their matchups. There's no one left for them. They beat the Street Profits again this week. There's only so many times you can have these people fight and fight and fight and fight. So we'll have to see what they end up doing with the SmackDown Tag Team division, because I think that's where that freshness needs to come from. And WWE have shown us that they can give us that freshness, you know, if need be. Just got to do it. And on our way out, we're starting to run out of time, but we will mention one last thing off of Raw, and that is Charlotte Flair. She's fined, she's suspended, and Asuka and Rhea were tossing around there. It looked maybe like a triple threat until Charlotte decided to go and punt a referee to the moon.
Yeah, she went ballistic after the match and beat up a poor referee. So yeah, she's getting some time off.
After just returning from some time off.
Yeah. And again, this is just to further elevate our new Raw Women's Champion, Rhea. Because we know eventually they're going to clash. Charlotte and Rhea is going to clash. And this time Rhea will come out on top.
Hopefully. She'd better.
But yeah, I'm really thinking that this is a very interesting storyline. And I'm really excited for Rhea and what she does as champion. I'm interested in seeing what kind of tweaks they can make to Charlotte's character with using this brutal attack on the referee to further her character, and then Asuka can just bugger off.
Yeah, we've got to sort of transition to there. So for Backlash, I could see another Ripley Asuka match. I could see a triple threat or something just to transition us into the Ripley Flair. We don't know, I guess, what Charlotte's gonna do between now and then to get herself fined more and suspended more. But yeah, I don't quite know what our Backlash is going to be, because it seems like for the most part that card's just going to be chock-a-block with rematches from WrestleMania. They've renamed the G-Dang pay-per-view to WrestleMania Backlash to just hammer that fact into you, and so we'll have to see what they end up pulling out for the Raw Women's Championship when it comes to WrestleMania Backlash, which is a horrible name, by the way. Horrible name. It did not need WrestleMania at the top of it. Makes it such a mouthful. I think we're good. Is there anything that we've missed that you want to throw in this last minute?
No, I think we're good.
I think we managed to cover stuff. For once. For once in our lives, we've managed to cover stuff on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT and have a little bit of breathing room at the end. I haven't had to rapidly cut us off as we're running out of time. And it feels good. Feels good to not be rushed towards the end here. How's your day going? We got like 30 seconds.
It's going fine.
Yeah. Well, after that little insight, it's been great talking to you.
Maybe.
You can visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/wrestling R&D up, or our Twitter page, twitter.com/wrestling R&D up, or our YouTube page, youtube.com/wrestling R&D up. I've been Grady, he's been Josh. See you next week.